You started off in the rap game pretty young, right?
Yep. And I was probably about 16, 17, around there.
You were in a group founded by Ice Cube called Caution. Do you still hold any ill feelings toward that venture?
No. That shit started me off, man. Like, you know, there was times when I was coming up to it, I was looking for anything as a reason to take out my frustration. But, you know, looking back, that was what started it off. So that's like my baby. I love that. You know, without that, shit wouldn't have never popped off. You feel me? Obviously, I've said some things in the past. And I don't feel like that. That's not, you know, that wasn't the overall result. That was just how I was feeling at the time. But, you know, that just started it off.
Can you describe to the fans what made your decision to sign to Death Row?
We never signed to Death Row. We should just manage, nightlife management managed Caution. That's why Caution was like on that pop tour and all that. Because we had the same manager. But we were never signed to Death Row. We was always signed to Lynch Mob Records, the Cuban label. That was the whole conflict, basically.
I do apologize. Everybody seems to be under the impression that you signed to Death Row.
No, I mean, no need to apologize. I mean, if people have a certain perception, I think it's important that, you know, people know the truth instead of, you know, having a perception and wondering, never hearing it from my mouth. Now people get a chance to hear it from my mouth. Caution was always signed to Lynch Mob Records. And then I got a solo deal with Priority, and then later on with Mercury Records. But that was the gist of all that at that time.
How were you introduced to Tupac?
Literally, I was introduced to him in LAX, in the airport, the morning we was leaving to go on tour. Like, he had got out of jail, and it was originally supposed to be like Snoop and all those niggas on the tour too, and Dre and all of them, but them niggas was on like house arrest or something, but Pop took the whole tour. He had the All Eyes on Me shit coming, double CD. No one never heard of this shit. He had been in jail for hella long. He just come with a double CD, and then want to tell Suge and them like, yo, I want to go on tour and perform this shit, which was unheard of. No one goes on a tour and does like arena shows to songs that no one has never heard before. So, you know, I was introduced to Pac in the airport. He got out of jail, and the tour was already booked, so they swooped him in there as like a headliner. It was like perfect, you feel me? It promoted his album. And the other guys didn't come just by circumstance. And shit just got popped off from there. It was basically, you know, we had the same manager. He was like, you know, listening to our shit in jail. It was just all good, you feel me? From that moment on in that airport, you feel me? 8 o'clock in the morning, the nigga looked out like majorly. And it was, you know, like I had already, it was like, to me, the nigga was like one of my fucking, I don't want to say idols, but you get to understand, you know, what I'm like, you know, the nigga was a legend to me at that time. Like, I was a real big fucking hip-hop fan, and he was like one of my all-time favorites. So, from a kid just having all these fucking favorite MCs, and now, 2 months later, you in the airport going on tour with him, and your shit's on the radio, it was kind of surreal for me, but he made the situation comfortable, knowing that, you know, I was feeling, or we was feeling, I was starstruck. He kind of done what he could do to get that feeling up off of us and make us, you know, made us feel like one of the niggas, you know what I mean, and let us know these motherfuckers are screaming for you too. Like, it was a trip, but he kind of done his thing on the Big Brother shit, showed the nigga the music. It was a trip from that point. And just how fast and how how on point he was on the whole situation. Thinking back, not only just the school nigga, but we was going on his tour, so he wanted everything to be perfect, you know what I mean? So every little game he was giving niggas at the time was like, you know, things to enhance us immediately for that journey, but shit ended up being shit that you can take with you for a lifetime, you feel me?
Absolutely. See that we're talking about the tour. What's your greatest memory of it? Do you have a memory that sticks out that tops them all?
Of that tour?
Yeah.
I got a couple, you know, shit that I would like to keep close and dear to the heart about that tour particularly, but just some shit that I will share is us getting kicked off a plane.
How did that come about?
Just having fun while I'm out. Like, I think we were like leaving New Orleans, going somewhere else. I'm not sure where we were coming from or going, but Pac was in first class, and it was probably about 30 or 40 of us back in coach, and he traded his first class seat to fucking come back there with us, and it was just going down. It was like a party on a fucking, you know, a regular flight with regular people on it, and it got a little crazy. And then, you know, we had liquor that we had snuck on the plane and all sorts of shit. So they literally stopped the plane in a city that, you know, niggas, you know, like North Carolina or something, and just let us off, kicked us off. And we were stuck there. We had to, like, find flights, and it was crazy. But even if all that, it was still on tour though, so it was never a problem. It was fun. It's crazy. Any other time right now, if I was to get kicked off a plane right now on the road or something, it would be a fucking problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would be a problem.
Yeah.
To have that little glitch in the chain, but with Pop, it was nothing. It was like, maybe this was supposed to happen. Did we get the footage? It was, you know, normal.